Hello, everyone. I'm Margaret Flock, Yin Yoga teacher and author of A Complete Guide to Yin Yoga. I created these cards as a self-home practice tool to help you create specific practices for the needs of your body. And today we're going to be doing a full body, easy Yin Yoga. This is the perfect sequence to do daily. It's going to include all the essential movements of the spine and the hips, so you can come back to this at any time you want. Now, I recommend familiarizing yourself with the safety guidelines before practicing. So I'll link that video below and include some general information in the description. And you're going to need one block for today's practice. If you don't have a block, that's okay. I'll offer another alternative. But if you enjoy the yin practice, I so recommend getting yourself a pair of blocks. You can get the foam ones for cheap on Amazon, or these cork ones that have a little bit more weight to them are also really good as well. And if your knees are sensitive for this practice, I recommend a blanket as well. So feel free to get creative too. If you don't have the exact yoga props, I'm sure you can find something in your house that could work. And go ahead and roll your mat out. If you want to put a relaxing playlist on, you totally can. We're really just going to get right into our bodies today. The first pose we're going to practice is Sphinx pose. So go ahead and flip over onto your belly. You're going to bring the forearms down, shoulders stacked over the elbows, and just glide the heart forward in between the shoulders here. This pose targets the spine, so you're going to feel that compression, like the vertebrae are pressing together here. If you're wanting more, straighten the arms. You can also walk the hands closer in. I'm going to go ahead and stay with you guys here on Sphinx pose. We'll start the timer now. We're going to hold this one for 3 minutes. It's one of the harder poses we do. Back bends tend to use a lot more muscle action than some of the other poses. And that's okay, as long as stay with your body, stay present. Each of the poses in this class will hold for 3 minutes. However, if you're finding that even that's a challenge, first of all, it could be that you are going in too deep. Just start slow and just allow the body to naturally unfold. But even if you're starting slow and it's so hard for you to sustain, just do what you can. And if you keep practicing, eventually you will make it to that 3-minute point. Sometimes it just takes time. Now we are starting to really get deep into the stretch. But if you're wanting more, you can start to extend the arms. Stillness is what gives us the maximum benefit from the practice. However, this practice is sometimes a lot more dynamic than it seems. Sometimes your body needs more, and it's okay to give it more. Your body will slowly move, even just little by little. slowly over time. Great work. That's 3 minutes. Go ahead and slowly lower yourself back down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself up and back into child's pose. Just relax here for a moment. You might feel areas of your body, you feel sensations. And what that is your body naturally processing the stretch. So just observe. Begin to press yourself up, coming into tabletop. Take a few rounds of cat-cow here. Or really any movements of the spine that feel good to you. You can totally take this however your body needs to move. Breaking up that tension from the stretch. When you're ready, drop the hips to one side, swing the legs around, coming into caterpillar pose from here. So you'll extend the legs straight, and from here, just allow the spine to drop down, rounding forward. We move the spine in the opposite direction. This stretch will be felt in both the spine as it naturally unfolds, the vertebra separating. You also might feel this in the hamstrings as well. Set the timer now for 3 minutes. Now this one is the opposite stretch of what we just did before we bent the spine back, compress the vertebrae. This one, we are rounding forward, and it's going to feel like the vertebrae are stretching apart. Again, just very gentle with your body. Really just working with the force of gravity here. Great work. Go ahead and slowly, carefully press yourself up. And recline all the way back down onto your back. Relax. Observe the sensations flowing through your body. Draw the knees into your chest. Rock from side to side or make any movements that feel good. If you hug one knee in, extend the other. Switch. However your body wants to move here is fine. As you're ready, drop the knees to one side. Press yourself up to a seat. All right. Next, we're going to come into dragon pose. So I lied. You guys might want 2 blocks for this, but I'll show you alternatives as well. Go ahead and set your blocks up at the top of your mat. Start in tabletop position with your hands on the blocks. Step the right foot in between the hands as you slide the left leg back. So this targets the left hip flexor. You're going to feel that there. If you don't have blocks, you can always just place the hands on your mat or on top of your right knee. So that's going to make it more intense. We'll start the clock now for 3 minutes, targeting that left hip flexor. That's that muscle right here in the crease of your hip. If you don't feel that, just play around. You can walk that foot off to the side, maybe come down to the elbows for a lizard stretch. Just experiment and find what works for you. There's really so many different variations of this pose. So what works for me might not work for you and vice versa. And that's how we make this practice our own. It's all about experimentation, figuring out what your body likes, what it doesn't like, and adjusting. It's a really beautiful doorway into starting that relationship with your body. And that's the beautiful thing about these deck of cards is you can really customize your practice. It shows you the target areas, the secondary stretches, and it helps you design practices that work for your body's needs. I'll link those cards down below. Great work. Go ahead and slowly back off. Return that right knee to the mat. Switch sides. Step that left foot forward. Ooh, slide the right leg back. Sink into that right hip flexor, starting the timer. 3 minutes. Ask your body if this variation is right for you. You don't have to do the same thing that we did on the other side if your body needs something different. Ask your body how it wants to stretch today. This is one of the more challenging poses in the yin practice. It's a lot more yang, meaning more muscle involvement here to keep ourselves upright. But we are still stretching that connective tissue, which makes this pose yin. Great work. Go ahead and shift the hips back. Release that right leg, the left leg. You can bring the props out of the way and find child's pose from here. Just allow the forehead to drop down. Observe the sensations in your body at this time. As you're ready, rock forward into tabletop. Go ahead and make circles with the hips, or you can sway the hips from side to side. Again, however your body wants to move here. Just releasing that tension. Moving intuitively. All right. Next, we're going to come into sleeping swan. Go ahead and start in downward facing dog. Straightening out the legs. You can also you can also come into it through tabletop pose if this is too much for you. You're going to just go ahead and step the right knee forward and slide the left leg back and relax over the right knee. Now, if this is too much, you can also take deer pose by bringing that left knee in towards the sole of the foot and folding over from there. I'm going to take sleeping swan. Go ahead and relax over that right knee. We'll start the timer. 3 minutes. This targets the right hip right here. So be sure that you are feeling that stretch. If you're not, make adjustments. Stretch how your body needs in this moment. As long as you are feeling that stretch in the hips and you're feeling safe here, you are doing it right. So much stress, so much tension gets stored in our hips, especially when living a sedentary lifestyle, sitting in a chair. The energy moves downward and is stored in this part of the body. A very common area. So just 3 minutes a day of sleeping swan helps to release that. Great work. Slowly press yourself up. Roll the back toes under, lift the hips, step back to downward facing dog. And before you move around, before you do anything, we're going to go straight to the other side. Left knee forward, right leg slides back. If you need to take that deer pose, you also can here. Just relax over that left knee. Start the timer now. Feeling that stretch in the left hip. As you begin to develop those lines of communication with your body, understanding the signals that it's giving you, the sensations that you experience, you might find that as the stretch naturally unfolds, it's almost like the body has ridges You feel that stretch. It feels like you can't go any farther. That's your edge, your limit. But as you stay present with your body, allow the stretch to unfold without pushing or making anything happen. You might find that over time your body almost drops off that edge into something deeper, a place you never thought you'd be able to go. Your body will take you into different depths the more you practice listening. Next inhale, press yourself up. Curl the back toes under. Step back to downward dog. Before you move around, before you do anything, drop the knees and find child's pose, sitting back on the heels. Forehead pressing into the mat. Just rest. And as you're ready, rock forward into tabletop position. You can drop the knees drop the hips from side to side, or take circles. You can also come into downward dog, bend out one knee and the other. Maybe sway from side to side here. Again, just intuitively moving how it feels right. All right, drop the knees down. Next, we're going to come into frog pose, targeting the inner thighs. If your knees are sensitive, I recommend using a block or a blanket. But if you don't have a blanket, just find something in your house that you can use as padding for the knees. A pillow. Coming into tabletop with the knees on the blanket here. Start to walk the knees out towards either side until you feel that stretch in the inner thigh. You can stay up on the palms of the hands. You can drop down to the elbows. If you're wanting more, shift the hips back. And it's really going to be felt in the hips. We're starting the timer now. Inner thighs. This one, we are working with the force of gravity here again. If this isn't right for you, you can also take dragonfly pose with the legs wide and hinging forward there. That's an option. But frog pose is a really beautiful one. And it can be really good if you're having trouble folding forward. Sometimes if dragonfly pose is hard, it could mean that your inner thighs are tight and over time, you'll develop that flexibility through frog pose to be able to fold forward there a little bit more easily. If you're feeling like this is really intense, you can back off, walk the knees back in slightly, maybe hinge forward a little bit more. It might change where you feel the stretch, but it could also make it a little less intense. Now, there's no breath work that is associated with this practice. Sometimes I find that deep breathing can really help us fight through that resistance. Ask yourself if your body is talking or if your mind is talking. If your body is talking, that's a sign to come out. If your mind is talking, that's a sign that it's time to just be here with your body. Sometimes the mind rebels. We can use deep breathing in these moments to bring our minds back to the present moment. Taking the practice just one breath at a time. Sometimes that's helpful. Don't think about the time. Don't think about the 3 minutes. Just observe your breath. And look at that. We're already done. Go ahead and press yourself back up. Carefully, very slowly, gently. Lift the hips. Walk the knees back together. And find child's pose from here. As you're ready, rock forward into tabletop, making those circles with the hips or swing from side to side, however you need to move. And when you're ready, drop the hips to one side, swing the legs around. You can remove the blanket here. We won't be using that anymore. Go ahead and recline all the way back down on your back. We're going to come into banana pose next to stretch the side body. So go ahead and bring the hips all the way over to your right side. Arms and legs all the way over to the left. We're going to be feeling the stretch along the right side, so down the rib cage and waist, maybe even the shoulder, maybe even the hips, but that's more of a secondary stretch. If you want more, you can cross at the ankles. You can also grab onto one wrist. Just as long as both cheeks are pressed down. So you don't want to be lifting that right hip. Both hips are going to be down. I'm starting the timer. This one should feel really good after those really challenging ones we did. job. Let's go ahead and release. Shift everything back in. Switching sides, bump the hips to the left side, arms and legs to the right. Maybe you cross the ankles, maybe you grab one wrist. Making sure that both cheeks are pressed down, that left one is not lifting. Targeting the left side body, starting timer now. And as you're ready, release. Shift everything back to center here. Arms, legs, and hips, finding pentacle pose. Serve your body in this moment. Draw the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. It's breaking up that tension. We're going to be doing just one more pose for the spine, one or two. This next one will come into a twist. So go ahead and bring the knees in. Cross the right knee over the left and drop both knees to the left. You'll feel this twist in the spine. That's going to be our target here. I'll start the timer now. And if this is too much, simply stack the knees one on top of the other. And feel free to experiment here. If your body needs something different than what I suggested, that's perfectly fine. As long as you are feeling that twist in your spine and you're feeling safe, you are doing it right. I like to sometimes turn my chin towards the right side. That brings the twist into the cervical spine, into the neck in a gentle way. You're ready. Draw the knees back to center. Switch the cross of the legs, left knee over right. Drop both knees to the right side. Maybe you gaze to your left. We'll start the timer. 3 minutes now. Feeling that twist in the opposite direction. Draw the knees back in. Uncross the legs and extend them out straight. Pentacle pose. And again, just observing your body here. The natural rise and fall of those sensations. Your body processes. As you're ready, draw the knees back into your chest. Rock from side to side. And for this next pose, we're going to be coming into supported bridge. So grab your block. If you don't have a block, you're going to take a more restorative bridge, broken bridge. Feet wide and knock the knees together. That's going to create a release in the low back. You can also totally take Shavasana or Pinnacle pose, pose of rest. If you're coming with me on this supported bridge, you're going to want to grab your block, bend the knees, plant the feet, lift the hips, and slide that block underneath the tailbone. So the block has 3 height settings. Maybe you're here, or maybe you're all the way up. We really want to make sure that that placement is right there on the low back, that tailbone. And just relax. So you feel the stretch in the low back. We'll stay for 3 minutes. This is another one that we just allow the block to do the job for us. Your only job is to completely relax here and allow the block to do the work. If you're already on the high height setting and this is still not enough, you can also totally walk the feet out. That's going to make it a lot more intense. But honestly, this pose is a lot more intense than it seems. It might not feel like much right now, but I promise you when we come out, you're going to feel it. That's the magic of how this pose works. As you're ready, lift up the hips, remove that block, and lower all the way back down. Extend the legs straight, pentacle pose. One last time. This one I find has more of an intense rebound, so that wave of sensation be a lot. Be present with it. That pose is a lot more challenging than it seems in the moment. And when you're ready, draw the knees back into your chest, rock from side to side, massage that low back. You guys did beautiful today. I know I feel a whole lot better, but I want to know about how you guys feel in the comments. Tell me, what changes do you notice in your body? Pop the knees to one side. Press yourself up to a seat. Thank you so much for joining me in this full body yin. This is something that you guys can do every single day. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments about how you feel. I'll link the card deck down below as well. And I wish you a beautiful week ahead. Wishing you peace. And I'll see you next week.